Welcome back, and we have a full jam-packed show for you here today. We are talking Wolverine's full costume revealed at CinemaCon, Joker 2 trailer reaction, Mickey 17 trailer. The canceled Heel show is now returning to Netflix. Hailee Steinfeld joins Ryan Coogler's Vampire film. And lastly, for our discussion of the week, we're talking summer movies and all of our top 3 most anticipated summer movies of 2024. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but welcome back to ReelTime RoundTable, where we give you the best Hollywood-related news here on YouTube. I am, of course, your host, Josh Williams.
I'm your co-host, Jordan Burke.
And thank you so much for joining us today. And we're also joined by
Isaiah
and Addie.
Everybody knows Isaiah and Addie. They wanted to come back because there's a lot of stuff we're talking about today. It's pretty exciting. But how is it? We're at 3 weeks left. 2 weeks technically left, right?
2 weeks, then finals. I'm like shaking.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like I'm
flying.
over the hill already. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
I'm all been done, ready. I need a break.
It's been a long semester.
But I will be sad because there's only 2 more. This one and next one will be our last 2 live shows, and we'll have one that is pre-recorded, and we'll have that one for the first week of May. But I'm sad this is for this semester. We'll be back next semester.
We will be back.
And so you please.
Oh yeah.
Remember to like and subscribe so you can keep the update on all of our stuff, especially for next semester. But all right, guys, let's get started here. Right off the top. We're going to be talking about Wolverine and Deadpool. Apparently, yesterday at CinemaCon, they debuted the new look of Wolverine and Deadpool. They have, like, you see his full helmet. So as you guys had a chance to check this one out, I wanted to bring it up because it's it's exciting for me as a Marvel fan, because I've grown up with how this OG looks, and so I wanted to get your guys' take. Let's start with you, Addie. Are you I can't remember. Are you a big Marvel fan?
So I'm not really, but it is exciting to see that it looks like it. And I think that's really cool when they actually get to stick to what it's supposed to look like, instead of just kind of making their own creative decision to be like, oh yeah, we can make it look kind of like that, instead of making it exactly, and it's right there, pinpoint. Yeah. It looked really, really good. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you see it right here on the screen for you guys who are watching this live. And it just looks awesome. I was unsure if they were able to make it look it that way, but they're able to pull it off, and I think it looks great. What about you, Isaiah?
Yeah, I would say above the belt area, I love how it looks. I think the colors look great. It's really got that kind of original blue and yellow style. Mm-hmm. I just wish that it had that kind of classic belt with the big circle in the middle and the X, and I feel like that punch of red would really make it look cool. I feel like right now a lot of movies with superheroes just ignore that region and just kind of make it look all tactical looking. And I want it to look a little comic booky to me. I think that would be cool.
I do too, to a point. For me, because some things can't translate on screen, that's why I was so happy that this looks like it'll translate well, but certain things don't. If you think, for me, Ben Affleck's Daredevil suit to me looked like trash, or things like that. It just doesn't translate well. But this one, they were to make it work. It looks tactically, looks like something practical that you'd use on out in the field. But the helmet to me just looks great. Now for you, you're not a huge you're an MCU fan, but you don't know much about Wolverine's original costume, right? Is that what we talked about before?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I know mostly what it looks like from the comics, but I don't know exactly what it looks like. I kind of forgot about the belt with the X, but I do like this costume. I like that it looks very, very similar to what the comics have. They're kind of trying to show that more. I also personally really like the bright colors. We were kind of talking about this earlier. I think for that world, if a superhero is not in hiding, or they're not trying to hide their personal identity, and they're very known as oh, there's Wolverine, he's just walking around, then they should have kind of a brighter suit to stand out more. So I really like that.
Yeah, this one for me, I'm excited to see how this goes, because this isn't the Wolverine or Logan that we know from the Foxverse. That Logan is dead from Logan. This is a different iteration, and for what it looks like, there'll be multiple different ones from different multiverses. So I'm excited to see this one on screen. It just looks incredible. I geeked out when I saw it. That's why I had to bring it up today, because we had everything set up, like, ready to go, and you guys didn't know about this until this morning, like today.
That's true.
But I can't wait to actually hopefully see this in one more trailer before it comes out. But even if I don't, if I have to wait to see it in the movies, it just makes me even more pumped. All right, folks, well, that'll do it for this one. What did you think of Wolverine's new suit? Leave your comments in the section below and let us know your thoughts.
All right, up next, the trailer for Joker 2 was released April 9th. I think the trailer looks really good. But last week on Real Time, we heard Nolan's thoughts, who is now our floor director this week, that he was very excited to hear that it's a musical. So before we get into the actual trailer aspect, I want to just ask all of you real quick, what are your thoughts about it being a musical? Addie, I want to start with you.
I am so excited. I actually cannot contain my excitement, because I was like, you know, I don't know, I'm not really sure. But that right there, that scene, whenever for the trailer that I saw, I was like, no, this is peak cinema, baby. I was really excited because I really liked the first one. I think they're going to do a really good job with this one. Oh, I cannot wait. I am so excited for this. My nails are digging in. I can't wait.
Isaiah, what do you think about it being a musical?
Yeah, I don't want to be a hater. I really don't, because I love the first Joker. Let me say that. I love the first Joker. I think Phoenix is an amazing actor. I love him. I saw him in Gladiator, and ever since then, everything's great. The musical, I'm not going to go into the trailer yet, because we're talking about the musical aspect. I'm not, I want to be excited for it. I really do. But I just don't think it will work for me at all. I really don't think the musical thing aspect will come off really cheesy to me. And I don't think it will give this movie the seriousness that I think the first Joker had, where they weren't taking a more realistic kind of thing. Like, his laughter and all that were a symptom of like something he had. I forget what it's called. And, you know, he's seeing a therapist. It's very grounded. And the elements of which he's like having delusions and stuff is still kind of like somewhat realistic. You know, he's kind of just misinterpreting social situations and kind of fantasizing. I feel like the musical thing is taking it too far. And I don't know, I find it kind of corny, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I can see that, especially with the tone of the first one. All of a sudden now they just break out in a song. It may sort of lose the impact of it, but you kind of gave us your thoughts about it last week.
Yeah, and I apologize to anybody who might hear me cough. I am doing a little bit of sinus drainage
It's
and allergies,
season.
and I apologize to anybody who might hear me cough live on stream. I do apologize.
Allergies are killing a lot of us.
But yeah, so my thoughts on this is I agree wholeheartedly with you. The only way it will work for me is if this means that it's all in his head and he's just going further and further down in his psychosis and through his everything that's going on with him mentally. That way it'll work for me.
Yeah.
Because if you remember from the first Joker, that it's his dive down into insanity. If this goes even further into it, this is what causes it, then I'm perfectly on board with that. But if it's just literally just a musical like La La Land, like Nolan wants it to be,
Nothing wrong with that.
then that's to me was because I want it to keep with that same grounded like feel of what's going on in this world and how like what's going on with this character and everything like that. I want it to keep that balance, but if this is what they're going for to help dive more deep in that insanity, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Now for the trailer, I still loved it. Still awesome. You know, like, did you like from what you saw, did you like the trailer at all?
Yeah, I think it looks really good. I think cinematography-wise, it looks really good. I always like, anytime I watch a trailer, I like to go through the YouTube comments, and somebody said, this is exactly what I wanted from a teaser. Tell us where we are, who we're going to see, and then to get a little glimpse of the musical aspect. We don't see a whole lot of it within the trailer, but we see just enough. And I think I'm excited for it. I think the story is going to be really well, but Isaiah, let's start with you. What are your thoughts about the whole story?
We'll bring it up. Well, I really do think the trailer is beautiful. Just like the first movie, I feel like they may have even improved a little bit on the cinematography. I think it looks really great. I think the color grading of all of it is really cool too. I like that.
Interesting.
It's interesting, yeah. And I mean, it's a very pretty trailer. There's a few shots that I thought everyone was gonna complain about. And I went in the comments, everyone was gushing about it, and I was like, okay. There was two main things. I find the whole thing where Lady Gaga, because I think they did it in the first movie too, where they like pretend to shoot themselves, and I
Yeah,
find
I
that
can
so
I agree with that.
lame to me. It just seems like middle school, like edgy kind
No,
of thing.
that's
And
completely
I'll admit,
fair.
I kind
Yeah.
of felt the same way when I saw them both doing the same dance he did in the staircase. But
Yeah.
for me, that was supposed to be more of like an improv, like he was feeling in the moment, but like just to
Yeah,
have them
that's
do it at the
true.
same time, and just feel like it's kind of,
Right.
I think contrived is the word, like just
Yeah.
kind of recapturing what happened with cool spots that are from the first one. It's like
Right.
you don't need to do
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
But
The character's great enough on its own.
That's
you know?
true. I wonder if it was almost though like she's admiring him. She has been admiring him for a while though, and
That's
is almost
possibly
kind
true.
of like, I'm gonna mimic what you do, and that could also be a good like symbolism of like how people are going to mimic what he does. I mean, they did in the last one. I mean,
True.
a lot of them were all for what he was doing. So it's like, how much can he, like what he like displays to everybody, and how many people are going to follow in his footsteps. I'm wondering if maybe that's kind of reason. But I do agree that I was just kind of like,
It's a good point.
we
Yeah,
could have put that in
that's
the
a
first
great
one,
point.
but-
Nolan, I guess, got something here. I am pro
Pro
insanity.
insanity. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Oh, okay. You meant okay. I thought you meant you wanted it to be like a straight up musical.
Okay.
Okay. All this. Okay.
That's
yeah,
fair.
That would
exactly.
be cool.
There was
That would
also
be
one other thing. It was, I know I'm gonna break probably. I don't know. It seems like
Oh,
the
no.
majority of people
what the show's
love
about.
this.
Isaiah?
So
That's what the show's
don't
about. Do it.
don't take me off the show when I say
Do it.
this.
Okay.
The ending shot, I do not like it.
What was the
I
shot
don't
again?
like
It's
the
with the-
window
the
thing.
smiley
And I
face.
know,
I said that was
and
the
I know,
best.
no, everyone loves it. You are in the majority here, because I went in the comments, everyone's talking about how much they love it. I did
Yeah.
not like that.
Interesting.
I thought, I don't know, there's so many shots in this thing where I'm just like, that's corny. That's corny.
Yeah.
Like this is
Wow.
like, I just, maybe I'm getting
Isaiah coming in hot today.
too old. Where, I don't know, some of the shots are just like you said, kind of contrived. And when I saw that, I just looked at it and I was like, I know what you're doing.
No, that's
I
fair,
know what
though.
you're doing, and I know you're trying to make it look cool, but to me, it just comes off as, like, it takes me completely out of the moment. I'm like, okay, this is like, I don't know, it feels like fanficky is the only way I can
That's
put
fair.
it.
I
Is where
can
they're
see
just
what
like
you're saying.
putting stuff
It
in
does.
because they're like, oh, this will really make a good screen grab later,
Yeah.
and we can sell
I mean,
posters.
it's true.
And
Maybe that's why I
It
like it.
probably
I don't know.
will.
I don't want to. Yeah.
because it's fanficky that I'm
Yeah.
like,
And I don't want to be a hater because I really do love the first Joker. I think this will be a good movie because I have trust in
Right.
them. But with that kind of stuff, the musical stuff, and the fact that I know they didn't reveal a lot, but I'm really curious what his arc is going to be in this movie because I don't want it to be, because I hate this trope where the whole movie is, oh, well, the character arc is they're going to find love.
Right.
That is not a character arc.
No,
Okay?
that's
fair.
That is not. That does not work for a character for me. That is not enough. So I don't want it
Yeah,
to be
fair.
that,
I can see that.
oh, he finds his other half, and that's the
Yeah.
whole movie, and they both make each other crazier.
Yeah.
And then it ends tragically.
that's true.
Honestly,
I feel like that's what
exactly
it's gonna
what
do.
it's gonna be.
I know. That's
Yeah.
like, I feel like I can tell exactly what the movie's gonna be, except for the musical part. I have no idea what they're gonna do with
Yeah.
it. And I'm just not. It lessens my excitement a little bit.
Oh,
No, that's
okay.
that's fair.
That's
Period.
fair. Well, let us know your thoughts about Joker 2, and let us know if you are excited that it's going to be a musical. What's next?
All right. What's next? We're talking Mickey 17. Now, I didn't really hear about this until recently when they debuted a trailer at CinemaCon. That hasn't been released online yet. That's okay. I mainly wanted to bring it up because there is a teaser trailer out there. It's just a small little one, and I looked up the what do you call it? The synopsis. It's a disposable employee is sent out to a human expedition to colonize an ice world. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated and most of its memories are intact. So it looks like Robert Pattinson is playing a character, a robot, that essentially gets all the memories after they die and comes back and goes back to the same mission. I just wanted to bring this up because I'm excited for the fact, and I want to get your guys' take on this. One, what you guys are excited for, but the fact that it's Bong Joon-ho, which you guys will know, he did Parasite.
Oh, yeah.
He's done some like incredible. He's done some incredible other stuff like Parasite, Snowpiercer, all kinds of great movies, and also that Robert Pattinson's going to be starring in it. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about this pairing? We're going to start with you, Jordan.
With me,
It's you, yeah.
I'm actually very excited for it. I love Parasite. That was one of those movies that I was kind of starstruck the first time I watched it because it ended and I was like, whoa, this is so good. I would put it in my top 10 favorite movies. I'm also very excited for Robert Pattinson. I'm glad that he's kind of getting out of his Twilight Edward Cullen look.
Thank
I
God.
think there's nothing wrong with
There's
it. Okay?
nothing wrong with it
Yeah,
at all.
thank you,
All
Adam.
kinds wrong with
No,
it, but
no.
okay.
I think he did that very well with the Batman. But I'm also excited to see Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette is in it.
Yes.
Very excited. That's an interesting pairing too, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my soapbox real fast, and then we'll get off it. I'm so happy that he is taking on these roles, is because for me personally, actually not even personally, I think a lot of people felt this way, is that Robert Pattinson's role in Twilight diminished what people thought of him as an actor. Not, he was very popular in Twilight. No given, and I think we can hopefully all agree that someone questioned his ability to act because of Twilight. But now with things like Good Time, with Batman, with all these other things, or Tenet is another great example. And now he's taking on these roles that would challenge those people. But for me now, he's one of my favorite actors because he does so well with a lot of his like small moments that he has, like that micro expressions, and how his tone of voice really relays a lot of good like feel.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm excited the most. And with Bong Joon-ho as the director, that's an incredible pairing for me. Like, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and speedrun because I love Bong Joon-ho. Well, basically, this is based off a novel, and the novel's creator said that it's going to be drastically different than the book. The book is like Mickey 7 instead, so he's obviously adding a lot more deaths. He called Bong Joon-ho a genius. I would highly agree. I mean, Snowpiercer, what is it, Mother, Parasite, The Host. All of these movies are just absolutely fantastic. I did Parasite for a cinema sit-down. Check it out. But I don't know. I love Robert Pattinson as well. You did mention The Lighthouse. Lighthouse is great.
Yes.
And I'm
That is
excited
also
for
on Cinema Sit Down,
it'll
by the
be
way.
it'll be interesting to see what Bong does with a sci-fi kind of thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't really. I mean, he has Snowpiercer, but it's kind of like a grittier kind of thing. While this one seems a little bit more. It's been described as more dark humor, absurdist. A trailer dropped at somewhere.
He did do The Host, which was that monster film that he directed.
Yeah, that's
it's an
true,
older
yeah.
one, but that's the last time he did something sci-fi-y.
Yeah, sci-fi-y. So it'll be interesting to what he kind of does with this more experimental kind of thing. He has a lot of possibilities to what he can do with this. But I'll end it there because I've already spent like 20 minutes on Joker.
No, I had no idea that was based on a novel. I'll have to check that out because that sounds really cool. I only saw the little teaser trailer for it, but honestly, anything sci-fi, I just love so much.
Yep.
So, and especially if he's gonna be in it, I'm perfectly cool with it. It sounds like a really cool concept, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, we were showing some of the stuff, and Jaden walked by. She's one of our techs back there. She goes, "Oh, I love Robert Pattinson. Oh, I love him."
Shout out to Jaden.
Yeah, shout out Jaden. But that's my only soapbox I had, is that I'm happy he's taking on these roles because now he's taken seriously as an actor, and I just can't wait for this film. I really can't. All right, guys. What do you think of this news? Are you excited for Bong Joon-ho and Robert Pattinson coming together for this sci-fi film? Leave your comments in the section below and let us know your thoughts.
All right, up next, the TV show Heels was canceled by Starz, but has now recently been licensed with Netflix. Now, I cannot remember if either one of you are professional wrestling fans.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with that reaction, no.
That's just
I know
me
you
and
are, though.
So yeah, Josh and I are huge with
That's
professional wrestling.
great.
We love it. WrestleMania was this weekend,
WrestleMania
and
40 was epic.
all week we've been like, "Did you see that? Oh my gosh, did you see that?" It was cool. So
You're
anyway,
totally nerding out.
if you don't know, Heels is a show following Jack and Ace Spade, and it's their family that runs an indie wrestling business, and it kind of just shows how locally, a small town, they have to run this business, how they promote it to sort of get it from very unknown to very, very known.
Yep.
Now,
to grow the business. Yep.
yeah. Now, I've only seen the first season because it was on Prime, and since Starz and Prime have a partnership, sometimes you can watch things that are Starz content on Prime without paying for it. So I watched the whole first season, and then Starz was like, nope, you have to pay for the second season. So I did not watch it. But I wanted to get all of your thoughts on, even if you don't see the show, if you don't know the show, how do you feel about Netflix picking up these shows that have been canceled to continue them on?
Because this is not the first time it's happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard of the show Manifest. It was on NBC big show, but they got canceled. Netflix picked it up so they can finish their last season. So that's kind of what we were discussing about this. So what do you think? Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the industry, or is it good for fans, kind of thing?
I think it might just depend like on the series, because sometimes sometimes companies will cancel shows due to maybe complications of maybe even actors or certain people on set.
Right.
But I mean, we probably wouldn't know that. But like I could like envision that could happen. So sometimes it does seem a little weird. It's like maybe that was canceled for a reason. But I mean, I still think it's cool to like go ahead and just like pick it up and be like, yeah, let's finish it, because then the fans will definitely be like, yeah. So I think that's cool.
Right. What about you, Isaiah?
You know, I think, as I always say, have the same writers and stuff like that. I think that's cool. I mean, the only thing that does annoy me is I wish Netflix would pick up Netflix original shows like Santa Clarita Diet, Anne of Green Gables, Orange is the New Black. All those shows got really abruptly ended, and there's plenty more I'm not going to list. I just wish they would be like, hey, we're going to go back.
To their shows?
Yeah, it's like, go take care of your own stuff, then go pick up some other thing. It's like, you know, picking up too many assignments at once. It's like, finish your work before you know, you take up a new thing. But I'm sure, I watched the trailer for the original. It looked okay. You know, I could see like the main conflict and stuff in the trailer. It just looks like an all right show.
The reason I got attached to it is because Stephen Amell's in it, and he was Green Arrow in the show Arrow, and I love that show so much. But it's a great show. Great stories, characters. Like, just read. You know, it's about pro wrestling. It's about the characters mostly and the actors. But they haven't actually officially like greenlit a new season. They just bought the licensing for it to show on Netflix, because also at the same time they bought WWE to show their like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown on Netflix exclusively now, starting in January. So I think that's kind of the reason. But this is just it's a fun possibility to think that they might actually green like this, as long as all the actors and such are like available. Like, would you, like, if you had a chance to watch season 2, would you?
Oh yeah.
Would you care for a greenlit season 3?
Yeah, absolutely. I was planning to watch season 2, and then we finished season 1 and went to the next one. I was like, pay for it. Yeah. And I went, I can't pay for everything. I have to give up at some point.
I really want there to be a season 3, only because it left it on a cliffhanger season 2, and I was like, I want it. I hate when that happens, like when they leave it on a cliffhanger and then they cancel, like, but I got to know. I got to know.
Maybe just like send me a letter of like everything that's going to happen. What we've got to do. So I'm just like, I can sleep at night.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But that was one of the things is, if going back to kind of what you said, because I wanted to ask that question, if there was another show that got canceled that you know of, or even from Netflix, what would you have come back? Like, what would you want to come back?
Well, okay. What I would do, I think I have to be careful with it. Yeah. So Orange is the New Black, right? Yeah. There was it's kind of hidden what really went on. The director kind of says they chose to end it, but it seems like also Netflix had some thing. I would say Orange is the New Black. That is one of the best shows I've ever seen. And it ends, if you've ever watched it, it ends so abruptly, and you're like, oh, time for the next episode. And you're like, oh, there is no episode. So many like characters start stuff, and it doesn't go anywhere. Same thing with Santa Clarita Diet would be my second choice. Okay. It's a hilarious comedy. You got to check it out. Drew Barrymore.
It's pretty good.
And there's so many open plot points. And I think it got canceled like because of COVID. But all the people were like, hey, we want to do this. Like, we'll come back. And there's so many unfinished things. So those would be my 3.
But do you have any in mind?
Not that I can think of. Honestly, I don't have Netflix anymore because of the like. It's like sharing thing. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. So I don't have access to it, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, okay. I do agree with that though. Yeah, come on, pick up.
Did you have any in mind?
The Queen's Gambit.
Yes,
it's so good. And I personally think some shows need to have one season, have that story be done. And since it's not coming back for season 2, I'm okay with it. It didn't really end on a cliffhanger. No. It just ended where like every character was like here. Like, I just want to know what's gonna happen. We have all these new information that I'm fine with not knowing, but I really want to know, like, how are you guys going to handle the situation?
Right.
Yeah. What are yours? Netflix, look right here. Netflix, right here. If you watch this show, you're probably not watching it at all. Give me a Mindhunter season 3. I beg of you.
They're probably watching.
They're probably watching right now.
They're watching.
I think they're
watching.
They're going to comment right here, right now.
Yeah, I'll call them up. They'll get on.
You got the number?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, God. All right, guys. What do you guys think of this news? Are you excited for Heels going to Netflix? Leave your comments in the section below and let us know your thoughts. All right. What is next for us?
Yeah, you tell me.
Oh, it's mine. My bad. That's me. I'm sorry. So Hailee Steinfeld is going to be...
So excited.
I'm so excited for this one.
So excited.
According to comicbookmovie.com, Hailee Steinfeld is joining Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's new Vampire movie. Now, according to some of the reports that it's set in the Jim Crow era, they haven't gone into specifics on like anything else, but it's set in that time frame. And also, is also to note that there's 2 new actresses who joined as well. Jamie Lawson, who was famous for The Woman King and Till, and then also Winmei Masaku. She is been noticed. She was on Loki. She's one of the ladies, the main ones in charge now. In Loki season 2. So on that note, how do you guys like the idea? We're gonna go to you, Addie, first. Of Ryan Coogler, Hailee Steinfeld, and Michael B. Jordan, which are 3 huge names down in the industry, making a vampire film.
So, if it's got vampires in it, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. So I mean, that's kind of regardless if I think it looks good or not, I will watch it. As for the actors and actresses, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's not that they're not good. I just. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm ready for it to be vampires. So.
I'm just intrigued because, I mean, Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler have worked together for a long time since Creed. Actually, no, since Fruitvale Station. And they have a good relationship, but it's the fact that it's a very different approach than what Ryan Coogler's been doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not torn, because I feel like anything he touches will be gold. But what about you? I mean, is it weird? Is it interesting for you? Because it's mostly dramas and action that he does.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the 2 movies I know by him is Black Panther. He was associated with it, and I forget whether he just co-wrote or directed, but he's involved with Black Panther. And I watched like the first Creed, I think. I think I'm kind of glad that he's stepping out to do something new, because I think both of those movies are well done.
Yeah.
He's clearly a talented guy, but also just, I don't know, I feel like they were kind of locked in with what they could do. Creed is a huge title, and obviously Marvel, huge, like the biggest right now. And so he was kind of locked in. I mean, Black Panther was fine, but it didn't really like impress me.
Creed, the hell out of me.
Creed was like the same. It's like, it's all right, it's not, it's a passable movie. It's good. That's how I felt about both of them. So I kind of want to see like what he wants to do. When I first heard about this, I thought it was Jordan Peele who was directing, and I almost cried when I found out it wasn't him, because I was like, Jordan Peele's doing a vampire movie with. And I got super excited. Then it died.
Cool.
But
Jordan Peele, if you're watching this,
make a vampire movie. I think it would be really cool.
Please.
Yeah, but Michael B. Jordan, he's fine. He plays Killmonger in Black Panther, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he did good in that. It'll be interesting. I wonder. I'm guessing he's gonna be the hero role.
Possibly.
But I think it'd be cool to get some more like African American leads in some movies. Yeah. Obviously, most of the cast is, and besides like Hailee Steinfeld, honestly, I know she's super famous. I cannot think of a single thing she was in.
No, I can't either. So,
yeah, I
that's
know
why
she's so
said,
famous,
okay,
but I just can't remember what she was in for the life of me.
Okay, so what is she in that you guys really like?
So she's in a movie called The Edge of 17, which is a really good coming of age film.
She was the teenager in that.
She was in Ender's Game. She plays the new Hawkeye in the show. Hold on, we got some here. Gwen in Spider-Verse.
Oh, she's
okay.
So she's in quite like I could probably name some. She's.
I've seen Ender's Game. Yeah.
She was in the remake of True Grit.
Oh yeah, that was her. She got an Oscar nom for that.
Really? Okay.
And that was like one of her first roles.
She's good, right?
She's good.
She's good.
She's pretty good.
She's a pretty amazing actress, but she was at Bumblebee. She was starring Bumblebee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I've seen her. I just don't remember her.
So I have a feeling this is going to be my. I don't want to say a hot take, but I have a feeling that Hailee Steinfeld's character is going to be the antagonist, and she will be the vampire.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be so cool. I feel like she plays a lot of like the protagonist characters.
Yeah.
So to see her be a villain,
That would be cool.
That's also how I felt.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Well, are there, what else are you excited for the fact besides that Hailee Steinfeld is joining it? Like, do you think her and Michael B. Jordan? Because I don't think they've ever worked together before.
I don't think so.
But do you think?
I think that'd be a cool pairing. I personally think they're both very great actors. I think they have good range within their abilities that they can do. So I think watching them just paired together, if it's just in general being on the screen together, will be a very cool pairing. But the second you said Hailee Steinfeld, I said I'm in. I have to see this. She's my woman crush. Oh my god,
Mine too.
So excited.
Her and Florence
so
Pugh are like
excited.
my big time woman crushes. Like, I
Florence
told
is-
my wife, I'm like, you
I
know,
love
if we weren't
Florence.
married, it probably will never happen in a million years. But you know,
Give me a chance.
those
Florence.
are my fantasy wives.
Does her being a vampire go up or down?
Up.
It should
Up.
go up.
Up.
It better go up.
100%.
Why? I didn't even have to ask. I don't know why. I asked.
Skyrocket. Why is that not for you? Or
No, I mean that's why I said I don't
okay.
know why I asked. 'cause-
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, that's
hope
kind of a
so.
no-brainer.
All right, guys. Well, what do you think of this news of Hailee Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan in a Ryan Coogler Vampire film? Leave your comments in the section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, now we are in the discussion of the week. We're getting good on time, guys. We kind of blew through those pretty well. I'm happy for us. We are talking summer movies now. We're almost like we've been talking. We're almost at the end of our semesters. So now that's gonna become summer. What else is there to do but go to the movie theater? So we're giving you guys our recommendations and our top 3 with some, you know, if you have any honorable mentions, you can bring those up as well. But we're giving you our top 3 most anticipated summer movies of 2024. We're just gonna go round robin. We're gonna start with Jordan at number 3, or if you have any honorable mentions, then we'll go from there.
Well, I didn't realize it until I just saw the poster, and I don't know when it comes out, but Inside Out 2.
Yep.
I'm very excited
I
for
actually am
that.
excited for that.
I'm not sure if it's a summer movie. I
It
didn't
comes
look it up.
out,
I kind
I
of
can
forgot
tell
about
you
it.
I
here.
until just
didn't
now.
really like the first one.
Really?
It just,
I can see that.
I don't know. It just
It's
made
okay.
me depressed. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing about it that I was like, aw. It was just like, dang. So I mean,
can see that.
the second one seems really interesting.
And
so
I wonder
I'm
if,
excited.
since, in case you don't know, Riley is now got new emotions. She's got anxiety.
Yeah.
I want to say
Embarrassment.
I think there's something else.
Yeah, there was
June
one
14th.
that's.
June 4th. So it's a summer. It's a summer.
Yeah, I count.
But I wonder if, since she's like getting older and that we're, I mean, most of us are young adults, but having those like
Yeah.
those feelings, I wonder if it'll be a little more relatable.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
But
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I think it's cute.
But what was your number 3?
My number 3 was Mad Max Furiosa.
Oh,
I saw
my God,
Mad Max Fury Road, and just I feel like watching the two of them together. I also think Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth are like perfect pairings for younger versions of the characters. I'm so excited to see that.
I honestly forgot about that one. It'd be my honorable mentions. I will give some honorable mentions here now. I went overboard. I don't care. I'll name 3 of them real quick. One is Twisters, of course. I think I'm really excited for that one because I was a fan of the original. Movie called, it's going to be on Apple Plus, Fly Me to the Moon. It's got Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum in a drama set in the 1960s about
be
Apollo
cute.
11. So that's kind of exciting. And the last one for honorable mentions for now is Quiet Place Day 1. That's one I'm happy for.
That's in your honorable mention.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
At my number 3, it's because I'm excited to take Victoria to see it, is Inside Out 2.
Aw,
We
cute.
love watching that together at home. Like, there's all kinds of anime movies we watch together, just me and her. But yeah, I'm excited to take her to see it. She loves going to the movies with me all the time. Even though she'll still watch it, I always go alone with her because she's that kid who gets up and will start walking up and down the stairs
Whoa, wait.
while still watching the movie and just being herself. But that one's what I'm excited for because I want to take her to go see it. But yeah.
Yeah, so I have a few. I think I've narrowed it down because I had some issues, but I'll do some honorable mentions afterwards. First one, Alien Romulus. Second one coming up is probably, now that I look over, I'm still fighting, but Furiosa. Anya Taylor-Joy, I really want to see more of her. I know she was like slightly in Doom Part 2, and I know a lot of people were freaking out about that. So I guess she has a lot of hype behind her. The trailer
Watch the
looked really
Queen's
good.
Gambit. Her acting range
Yeah.
is incredible.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard a lot of good things about that too. And then for my third movie, it's
For number 3.
yeah, it's hard. I think I'm gonna go with A Quiet Place because I really did like the previous movies, and I think Krasinski did really well with them. He has like a comedy coming out that looks really bad, but Quiet Place, good. You know, I think it's gonna be really. And I always wanted to see like early stages of. I'm a sucker for like early stage apocalypse kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like Fear the Walking Dead when that came out, I was like, yes, I want to see more of this. Like I want to see the early stages, and it was only for like one season, but whatever. But my honorable mentions, Twisters. You know, we just watched Twister. Cinema Set Down, Plug 2. So that looks really good. Maxine also as part of the trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah, the trilogy. I thought the other two, I had to give them. Yeah, they were like really impressive to watch because it was just so like it just really sucked me in immediately. They're so well shot and the character is so fascinating. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I watched it drunk, which was not a good idea, so I had to rewatch it, and it was so good. Pearl X, amazing. What else did I have? I had one more, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yep. I like those movies. I don't care. I think they're good, and I think it'll be a fun little movie to watch. You know, some chimpanzees fight each other. Yeah. I always had a good time with those movies. So.
All right, good. What's your number 3 if you have any honorable mentions?
So I have 2 honorable mentions, which is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm excited for that one. Nolan and I were talking about that before this, and I'm so excited because Shadow is my favorite Sonic character, and childhood crush. Okay, so then the second one.
Hold on.
Yeah, no. We're not going to stick on that for too much longer.
Childhood crush.
There's nothing wrong with it.
You don't have to defend yourself.
You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. I just wanted to clarify.
He was kind of like that emo, distant type, and for some reason, yeah, exactly. See, Sam gets it.
Sam
and it
gets
just,
it.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so moving on.
Number 3.
My second honorable mention is what is the I can't.
Was it
the gun? Well, I don't know if the gun made him more attractive.
It's so insane that he has a gun though. Like
yeah, I was going to say a separate game where he just is like, I'm like, okay. But anyway.
Number 3.
Yeah, it is in a violent nature, and so that's supposed to be like the point of view of in Camp Crystal Lake. It's supposed to be Jason's like point of view, which is weird. But
cool.
Slasher movie. Cool. Yeah, I really like that. Do I say the other ones?
No, we'll go around. So what's your number 2?
My number 2 is a sequel, coincidence. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I had a feeling it was going to be on your list, so I didn't put it on mine.
I'm very excited. I'm mostly excited just to see Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder.
Yep.
I think that's going to be such a cool pairing.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm excited for that one too. Another one of my honorable mentions I forgot to mention because it's like my number 4 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, just because I love that whole trilogy. I think it's incredible. I'm just hoping it continues on with Caesar's story as far as his ancestor, like his not his ancestors, but you know what I mean, like his great his line of people. So we'll see. My number 2 is I'm extremely excited for this because I love him as a director still to this day. It's called The Watchers. It's M. Night Shyamalan's new film.
Yeah.
That looks, just that trailer with Dakota Fanning in it, I'm like, yes, sign me up, 100%. Like that, it hooked me right then and there, and I'm really excited for that one. All right, your number 2.
I do want to mention I did see The Watchers, and I was like, I don't know. I'm very hesitant with Shyamalan. He's a very hit or miss
That's
guy.
What everyone is.
Lately,
like,
he's been on a roll. Lately, he's been on a roll.
Cabin in the Woods, I've heard,
Cabin in the Woods was awesome.
Yeah, I heard that one was really good. And then I watched that one, I was like, maybe I want to see Cabin in the Woods. But it was entertaining, but I was just like, in comparison. Yeah. So I forgot to mention that. I think I might, I don't know if I know I went through it already because I'm still kind of debating. I think Furiosa will get 2. I think Furiosa will get number 2 as I'm probably gonna change my mind in 3 seconds, but that's what I'm gonna say for now.
3 seconds.
And we'll just move on and set it in stone.
Lock it in. I think my 3rd is The Strangers Chapter 1. So I don't know if you guys have seen the first Strangers movie. Have you guys not seen that?
So
my gosh, The Strangers Chapter 1.
I love The Stranger.
Oh, good. Well, you guys should watch it. Most of these are going to be horror related, but this one,
That makes sense.
I'm very excited for this because I think the first one, it is really good, and I really like the ending, which I'm not going to say because I want you guys to see it, but this is going to be really cool because it's like the perspective of the killers and like before, you know. So I'm excited for that. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Like I wonder. I don't mind doing that because they're kind of doing it with the Joker, like seeing
Yeah.
it from the antagonist's point of view. But I don't know if that helps make them more complex. But at the same time, it's like with some, like the reason I love the first Strangers is because it made it more terrifying for me because you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I remember in that movie. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Oh man.
Like when the two who are the two main actors, when they asked like, you know, why are you doing this? All they simply said was, "You were home." Like that to me is so terrifying.
Yeah.
Like to not know why
Still
they're
watch
doing
it,
it
though.
is
Still
still
watch it.
like terrifying to me.
Is that the
Where they're like wearing,
spoiler? Wait, is that's not the remote one, is it?
No,
No.
that's something different.
No, that's Fun and Games. Never mind.
Yeah.
Redact that. Redact that. I was like, wait, I've heard that
this
line
is,
before.
they have like animal masks, or like I think one of them has like a sack.
A burlap sack. Yeah.
But
Okay.
like, so you never see what they look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, they ask why, and they're like, well, you were home. That's why.
That to me is terrifying.
That is very, very scary.
Yeah. All right, and I want to note real quick. We're good. We're good on time. Thank you very much, Nolan. You're such a big help. I'm so proud of you. I wanted to note real fast that another reason I was excited for The Watchers is because it's actually M. Night Shyamalan's daughter who's directing it.
Ooh.
It's like, and he's producing it, and he wrote it, but his daughter is directing
That's
it.
so
that's kind of
cute.
that's
awesome.
interesting thing to think about. So anyway,
I love that.
any more mentions for your number one?
My number one is Twisters. We
Twisters.
watched Twister a couple weeks ago on Cinema Sit Down. I had never seen it, and I'm gonna say, I think it's my favorite movie we've seen on Cinema Sit Down.
Wow, yeah.
It's kind of a guilty pleasure. It's a little cliche at times, but you can't help go like, oh my gosh, that was epic. I love it. So Twisters.
Awesome. Mine, it's probably no surprise, it's Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, why can you not
True.
say it's number one for me? Because it's probably going to be the biggest there's a lot of great summer blockbusters coming back this summer, but this one's going to be the one that makes like the billions, you know what I'm saying? It's going to make that much money, for sure. But just to see, you know, Hugh Jackman come back one more time. We all know he's going to be in Secret Wars. You know Kevin Feige's going to pay him that money to put him in Secret Wars. But to see him with Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds, I think it's just going to be an amazing pairing. And to see them on screen fighting together, epic. I'm all for it. I can't wait. So you're number one.
I'm gonna bump Romulus down to 3. My reasoning is I know I went from like 1 to 3. I think it's going to be such a risky movie that I feel like I'm worried that it will not be as good as I think it's going to be.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bump it to 3 because I think it's gonna be risky.
Okay.
It's true.
I think I'll put not Daredevil.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
And Wolverine.
I don't. You literally did Deadpool and Wolverine. I've been up since 7 a.m. Forgive me, because I was thinking about it. That's gonna be the movie I see with like my friends. It's gonna be like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. So I gotta put it at 1.
Shove that popcorn
I think.
in your face and have a good time.
It's gonna be a
True.
good time. I know that for certain.
True.
You're number one.
Okay, really quickly. So I'll do my second one. So this is technically not going to be in the summer because I don't think they have said when they're going to, but they are going to be making a Return to Silent Hill movie. I don't know when, but like, whew, I am so excited for that one because I've been like on a Silent Hill hype for like the past few months. But my number one is a movie called Longlegs. Have you seen the trailer for that?
The Nicolas Cage one.
Dude, that looks
awesome.
really creepy. Like, I mean, it looks really creepy. So I'm pretty excited for that because like the trailer almost looks, you know how like on YouTube people have been making like the analog horror kind of type vibe, and it almost looks like that. It looks like somebody, whoever's directing it, that it's somebody a little bit in like not our generation, but just like something like that. So it's like they know what is scary now, and so that's what they're going off of. So I'm really excited for that.
That's a really good one. I thought about adding it to my honorable mentions. I'm like, I have a feeling someone will bring this up. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for our discussion of the week. But we have time for one last question from the audience, for an audience member. Rapid fire it real quick. What's the question?
Since we're on the summer movie topic, our question is, what is your favorite summer movie genre?
It's a good question.
So I know Addie and I were very, very similar in our genres, but mine is any slasher summers. I love a
Yes.
good slasher summer movie.
I like that for like Halloween time, like if because you gotta bring them out for Halloween. The slashers, that's the mood I get into. For me, summertime, it's got to be a high impact action film, just so I can go have a good time. You know, shove popcorn in my face, have candy, and just have a great time at the theater. That's for that time for me. Then you get in the slashers. Then you change your mind for Oscar season. So that's me.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a horror, but I'm gonna actually say like a more psychological kind of horror because every summer there's usually something that drops that's kind of like that. I think last summer was like that might have been 2 summers, but Talk to Me came out, and I remember watching that. And I have like one friend back in Arkansas who I always see movies with, and it's always a good time to watch those types of movies because we always get the best discussions afterwards. And you know, I feel like that's such a summer thing for me. It's like go see a movie with a friend, come out, and it's like 1 a.m. and you're still talking in the driveway kind of thing. And I love that experience. So shout out. I gotta go with that.
Yeah, I will agree with Jordan on this. I'm actually not like. I don't watch a lot of slasher horror movies, but it fits that vibe of like that camp vibe. And
Summer
so I'm
camp.
just like, I'm excited for
That's
that.
a good one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, that'll do us for today. Thank you so much for watching. More importantly, what do you think of all of our news, and what is your favorite summer genre to watch in the summer? Leave your comments section below. Let us know your thoughts. Also, if you like all the content we have here, and if you like this show, please hit that like button and punch the subscribe channel so you can see all of our great content we have for you here on Red Digital. Did shout outs to Cinema Sit Down. We have Friendly Fire coming up here soon, and the D&D show at Nolan. All right, guys, that does for today. Again, I'm Josh Williams.
I'm Jordan Burke.
Isaiah.
And I'm Addie.
And thank you for keeping it real with Real Time.